Hello everyone and welcome to my complete walkthrough guide for Poppy Playtime Chapter 3. In this guide I will be showing you how to get all the achievements and tapes as well as notes and everything you need to know to beat the game. So make sure to stay tuned for plenty of tips and tricks along the way. I will also have written guides on my website, NavalaGameGuides.com, for reference. And if you have any questions, comment below and I will answer. This is a purely game walkthrough, so I will be skipping all cinematics and videos and just getting straight to that gameplay. And just for you guys, I am playing the game on PlayStation 5 so that I can get all the achievements and just confirm that you can get all the achievements in the proper way, because on Steam, I'm just guessing that you'll get the achievement, but I have no confirmation if it will actually work. So bear with me here because I'm not a console player, so I'm not super familiar with controller inputs, but I'll still do the best guide ever. So let's hop in. Okay, so real quick guys, I want to mention some achievements you can get right off the bat here. Well, actually there's only one achievement you can get here, but it can impact other achievements. So right away you can get the achievement Tight Squeeze for dying in the trash compactor. I'm not going to do that in my first run through, but with the power of editing, I will show you me getting this achievement right now. You just simply stay in here until you get crushed by the walls. And then the other achievements I want to go over quickly is Thrill Seeker, which is to experience every jump scare in the game. However, if you do that, you will not be able to get the Poppy's Angel achievement, which is to complete the game without dying. I recommend trying to get Poppy's Angel first for not dying, because once you beat the game, you can replay sections of the game to get the Thrill Seeker achievement by dying to various jump scares. One more thing to keep in mind is the achievement Self-Restraint, which is to finish the game without using the Grabpack more than 200 times. So for that achievement, you just don't want to use the Grabpack unnecessarily and just use the interact button to do things like pick up the tapes and press buttons on the cardboard cutouts. Note that inserting batteries into receivers and connecting plugs into outlets does not count as a usage for this achievement. And you will get the achievement as you take the elevator up to the final Catnap boss fight, so you don't have to restrict your usage in the boss fight. I will not be going for self-restraint in this first part of my walkthrough, but I will give you tips for getting the achievement throughout the walkthrough, and I will have a section at the end specifically going over self-restraint, but I will make a separate video on this achievement. But to help you guys out, I put up here, these are the minimum hand usages you should have for each area. This gives you a total of 164 uses throughout the entire game, so you have 36 uses of a wiggle room. Now before you say that my count may be off, I figured out a way to reduce usages of hands in certain places. For example, to the Playdome, you can reduce your grab hand usage count to 15 if you do not swing across to the train station. There is a way to get up without the Grabpack. So I will explain stuff like that in my video for the self-restraint achievement, but in this walkthrough I am not going for it. But a huge tip I have for you if you're going for the self-restraint achievement is that apparently if you accidentally mess up in an area where you use it too many times, you can restart from the checkpoint and it will reset your counter to whatever it was when the game auto-saved. So you just have to make sure to reset before the game auto-saves again. And that's why I recommend doing self-restraint in a separate run-through, because it may interfere with the Poppy's Angel achievement. I cannot confirm 100%, but I have heard that sometimes reloading a checkpoint can make it so you will not earn the Poppy's Angel achievement. So I will be trying to get Poppy's Angel, and then I'm just going to, at the end of the video, show you all the jump scares you need for the Thrill Seeker achievement. But since basically you have to play the game in a specific way to get those two, I wanted to mention it right off the start. So now I'm going to unpause the game and show you how to escape the trash compactor, because Catnap obviously doesn't think highly of us as he threw us in the trash. So right away you just want to run to the left side here. You have this ramp you can just jump on, and there's a hole in the wall, and you just bam, jump down behind the wall and you're through. Now look up, and then there's a bar you can grab with one of our hands, pull yourself up, and as you get to the top, hold the forward key and let go, and you should land safely on the walkway. Now continuing forward here, we have this next obstacle. It's a bunch of cylinders moving up and down. Take note of the ceiling cylinders as they go into the ceiling, so if you're on that when they go up there, you will be squished and die. So it's very important here, if you don't want to get squished, to hop off those top ones ASAP. So I'm going to get ready to hop onto this first one. and then just hop across. And I like to play it safe. I could make it there, but again, I'm not super familiar with controls on the PlayStation, so... And then jump over. Okay, so now we want to go through this hole in the wall. We want to press circle to crouch. And then turn left, and we want to go to this door. Open it, and now you can go up these stairs here. And we go through this next door. And now we are in another area with cylinders. However, this area is more dangerous because these cylinders drop into this deadly red gas, and if you fall into the red gas, it's game over. So it's very important to not fall in the red gas. You'll have to quickly move across these three, go to the middle walkway, then move across the next three and go to that walkway at the end there. You do not need to use the ceiling cylinder at all. You can actually reach it from that cylinder at the end. So that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to wait for it to come up and quickly jump across. And now we just wait for these to come back up. And bam! We did it nice and safe. Here you'll see Catnap going up there, but don't worry, he's not going to attack us yet. Now we want to aim for this yellow bar at the end here to grab this platform, pull it towards you, and then just keep pulling and then run and jump onto it, and then now you can let go and go to the other side. Now you want to jump in this vent here, crouch, and we're gonna drop down, crouch again, go straight and to the right, and then we go to the left, and you must use the Grabpack to open this vent. And when we get out here, turn to the right, and you have the very first tape. So I'm going to collect this, and you can see, I'm not sure why it's all white like that, but it's the Claire Harper Debrief. So you can go ahead and put it in here to watch. Alright, after watching that, you can turn around, and we want to go to the door here. And there is a battery. So this is the new puzzle mechanic here, is finding batteries and inserting them into the sockets, aka battery receivers. You just press the Grabpack hand again to insert it, which is kind of annoying sometimes when you're in a rush, but it is what it is. So once you get those two batteries inserted, it'll activate the blue hand scanner here, and we can open the door. Now when you get over here, this is super important, guys. This is Bubbaphent, and we need to listen to all of his dialogue for the Screaming Critters achievement, which is basically to listen to all the Smiling Critters dialogue throughout the game. But don't use your Grabpack to press that button if you're trying to get the Self-Restraint achievement. Instead, just go up to the button and press the Interact button to press it, and he will say his dialogue. You will know when all dialogue has been said because it will cycle back to the first dialogue. So just, press this until he repeats himself and you'll be good.
Bubbaphent. Hey, I remember you. An elephant always remembers. Want to know what I remember about you? I'm Bubbaphent. Hey, I remember you.
Alright, now we can continue on. And turn left here. We have our first power outlet here. So we want to grab a charge and then quickly run up these stairs on the left and then place it there to open this door. Sorry that my camera angle was bad, but like I said, controller's not my strong suit. And then you want to grab this phone with the Grabpack. Unfortunately, you cannot interact to pick it up. So we'll grab that, and then Ollie is going to give you the battery from this tube here. So just wait for that to happen. Alright, we got the battery. So let's insert this bad boy in the door, interact with it to open it. And now you'll be in the place where the train crashed. So You can look at that, but we want to go to the right and jump down.
I know you're probably mad at Poppy
And then
for
take
not
this
letting you
piece of
escape,
debris up,
but she
back to the
needs
side.
you. We need you. You are our mission. Together,
Then look
we
up
can
here
save a lot of people,
and
including
swing across.
Playcare is straight ahead.
Now I'm gonna wait for Ollie to stop talking here. Okay, so you'll see here the doors are red, indicating they have no power, so we must turn the power back on. To do that, we want to go to the security office to the left here. And then go towards the yellow door. And go straight down. And here you'll be introduced to a new part of the circuit puzzle. So basically you'll have these poles with the hand symbol on them. What you want to do is grab the pole and you'll see this blue light. So basically when you shoot your hand at that, it will spin around the pole and go in the direction of the blue light. So we want to aim this at the receiver on the wall. So we aim it there. And then you need to let go of the pole, because we need both hands. Then touch the power source with one hand, and then touch your hand on the pole with the other. That has activated the power here, so now this is all green. Go up the stairs, and at the top of the stairs here is the next smiling critter we must listen to, Kickin Chikin. So go ahead and press this button.
Hey, I'm Chikin. Want to go outside and hang out? It's looking pretty rad outside. I've never been outside before. Will you come with me? I'm scared. Here, follow me. I'll step out first. Hey, I'm Chikin. Want to go outside and hang out?
Okay, now we want to go up to the right and grab this first lever, pull it down, then go to the left, and we'll pull this lever next. And that will open up the cable car. Then we can step into the cable car and it's going to load the next area. Alright, once you're here, just step forward a little bit and the cable car will start moving. And now you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the lore and the scenery. Alright, once the cable car lands here, you can exit and then go down the stairs a little and Ollie will talk to you. But don't go to the statue yet. There's something very important I need to tell you. But I'm going to skip ahead for Ollie to stop talking. Okay guys, so there is an achievement called Hurry Up to get scolded by Ollie. And basically, to get this achievement, you just have to not go to the statue until Ollie gets mad at you and yells under the statue at you. So what you want to do is just not go there. You can, explore if you want the outside area, but it does take a bit, about 6 to 7 minutes for the dialogue to trigger. It takes a while, so if you need to get a drink, get a snack, watch a YouTube video, go ahead and do that because it will be a while.
Just go under the statue.
Once Ollie says that, you're probably about halfway there.
Under the statue.
And just before Ollie shouts that, you should get the achievement. Okay, well, hold on. I think I need to change my PlayStation setting because it didn't show the achievement. But as you can see here... Oh, I made a video clip. Well, there you go. There you can see the video clip. It says hurry up.
Under the statue.
I got the achievement, guys. But just give me a second here so I can check the achievement settings, because I want it to show up. Okay, guys, I think I fixed it. So, now that we got that achievement, there's another achievement we can get here called Sleep Well. And what you want to do is you want to go to this building over here that looks kind of like a old museum government office building. It's called the counselor's office, and you want to go up the first set of stairs and then go to the left and then go around here and go around this little fence and listen to this song, and then you'll get the achievement shortly. Sleep well. Bam. Perfect. Okay, I got it showing. Alright, now that we got that, we can... Well, ideally you just go back down the stairs, because this is actually a longer path, but I kind of jumped off the side. But now we can go to the statue to get a key from Ollie. So we'll go down here, turn left, and go over here, open this door, and then Ollie will send us a key. Okay, you can collect this key, and now we have the gas production zone to go to. I'm gonna wait for Ollie to stop talking. Okay, now we can go upstairs. And you want to just go straight towards that door with the red light. Okay, you actually have to go around this way. I was trying to take a shortcut, but it didn't work out. Open this door. And go straight through to the area. Right. Now here we can continue forwards.
Welcome to the gas
I'll skip Ollie.
production.
Okay, now that Ollie's done talking, we can go ahead and do some things here. So first turn to the left. And then the next smiling critter is Catnap here. However, his button is gonna sound messed up. I think you only need to press it 3 or 4 times because he doesn't have as much dialogue as the other ones. But just press this a bunch of times to get credit for the Screaming Critters achievement. Okay, once you're done with that, turn around and the next battery is over here. Now we want to go over here and place the battery in here. And then go to the left, and over here is the next tape, which is the Grabpack 2.0 prototype. And then you also want to collect the Grabpack 2.0 here, which you'll have to use your hand for. And now we can watch the next tape. Okay, now you can go out the door here, and this purple platform's now active. Now, before we do this, there is another achievement you can get here called Airtime. Do not do this achievement if you're trying to get self-restraint. You will definitely go over the 200 limit. You get this achievement by using your purple hand and just staying in the air and not touching the ground until you get the achievement. So I will just go ahead and do that real fast here. This is all you have to do. Well, if I don't get the self-restraint achievement, this is why. There we go, airtime. Now we want to go up there. So just use this to launch yourself. And then you want to turn to the right and go down here. And we'll have to use this to get up. And then for this next one, you definitely want a running start, so stand back and then just run. Bam. Now we have another running start here. And now for this part, if you fall in the red water, it will be game over, so very important to not miss your jumps here. But next what we want to do is grab this platform and pull it towards us. And then grab the bottom of the platform and pull it down. And now what you want to do is jump to that yellow pipe. And then grab this and just pull it a little bit. Then we can launch ourselves to this side and just bring it the rest of the way over. Try not to fall in the pit. I'm not familiar with these controls, okay? Okay, it's not looking good for self-restraint for me. Okay, there we go. Okay, for this next part, we have a nice puzzle. So, basically, for the first part here, you want to grab this pole and turn it to face the other pole. There we go. And then we take this one, pull it there. Is this one right? Okay, yep. So then use this platform to launch yourself up onto this cage thing. Okay, then we can grab the charge there. And then put your hand in that hand symbol. And then now we want to make it the opposite way. So point this far pole towards the near pole. And then point the near pole to the receiver that just opened up. And then now we can connect to this. And put our hand on that. And wham bam, we got the power up. Now it'll take a second for the power to move through the line, but the door will open. And just get a running jump here just to make sure you don't fall. And now we can restart the station. And then we'll lose power, but don't worry, Ollie will tell you to go back to the station. Okay, now we can go back the way we came to Playcare so we can get that other key. Okay, now let's go to the statue. And then Ollie will send you another key. And you want to collect this. And now we want to go to Home Sweet Home, which is going to be on the left over here. It's the only house that has lights on inside. Now we can go ahead and enter Home Sweet Home. Okay, we have spawned into Home Sweet Home, and we are about to encounter the red gas. So be ready to pass out as soon as you enter this room. So we have no choice here but to go through the red gas. And you want to keep going straight. And then you'll notice things start to change here. So this staircase is definitely abnormally long, and then this hallway is abnormally long. So yes, this is like a nightmare dream hallucinating sequence here. Something important to note, guys, is there's an achievement you can get here called Expert Navigator, which is to not take a wrong turn in this sequence. So if you follow what I do, you should get the achievement. And if you want to listen to the lore, feel free to stay there for a few minutes and listen to the radio stations talk. There's a ton of juicy lore here, but I'm going to show you the path, and I'll go nice and slow here just so there's no confusion. Basically, when we get to the end of this first hallway, we are going to go left. So here we are, we go left. And then here we'll go right. And here we'll go left. And here you'll go right. And then we're gonna go left. And you want to enter the office with the ringing phone.
You need to run.
Whew. And Catnap's creeping in on you, but don't pay attention to him. Okay, so now we're going to go right as we leave the office. But there's another dead end down there. But down here we will also go right. And at the end of the next hall we'll go left. Super dark, but just trust me. And then we're gonna go right. And then at the end of the next hall we're gonna go right again. Which there's only one option here. There's Catnap. But just keep going straight, he'll walk away. And it's gonna get super dark here. But we'll go left. And then here you just want to keep going left. Keep going left. Left is the only direction you know right now. It's all left. And then you'll get to this super long hallway. So now we're going to go straight, and then we're going to take the first left in this hallway. So take the first left. Then at the end here, we're going to go right.
Get up.
And then at the end of this super dark hallway, we'll go left. Go left. I know it's really dark, it's hard to see, but at the end of the hall, you go left. And then we're going to take the first right, which is right here. And now you can just go straight until we enter that room. And bam! Expert Navigator, baby! We got it. Good job. I'm telling you, good job. You got the achievement. Alright, next on the bed here is the next tape, so we can collect that. And we're gonna go ahead and watch this tape. Now this tape actually, you need to watch to progress the story. And we're gonna see something crazy happen. So I'm gonna do a cut ahead here because it takes a bit. Okay guys, now things are gonna start getting weird here. You're gonna see a Nightmare Huggy, and he's gonna pop out of the TV in a second. You can just get caught by him right away, or you can run if you want to, but it doesn't really matter. He's gonna catch you no matter what, so if you want to get to the next part fast, just let him catch you. And you'll notice that your camera cannot look away. Oh! Yeah, just let him catch you, it'll be okay. So now we'll wake up here. And we'll want to continue forwards. And now this leads to the main room, but we can't do anything here just yet. So you'll just want to jump down the hole here. And we do need to collect that gas mask to protect ourselves. So I'm gonna equip the gas mask because we have some red gas here. And next, there's an achievement we can get here called Speed Demon, and that's to basically ride this race car. So I'm gonna grab the pulley thing with one hand, and then jump on top of the race car here. And then I will pull my hand back, and then let go. And we got it! Easy peasy. Now you have two options here. You can either use the purple hand platform to boost yourself up, or you can grab the bar. I'm just going to grab the bar to make sure I don't bump into anything. Then we'll pull myself up and drop down. Now you can take off the mask. And I'm going to go here and we're going to pull this away. And we're going to the chair and table here that's like knocked over sideways. Crouch under that. And then use your blue hand to scan this door open. And then go to the right. Then crouch and look to the right. We have our next tape. This is the number 1322 report of Void. Okay, and then we'll watch it on the TV here. Okay, once we're done watching that, you can go back the way we came. And now we're going to go through this giant hole in the wall. And then out this door. And you'll see Catnap. But don't worry, he's not attacking us just yet. You want to continue forward through these boards. And then through the next hole in the wall here. And now we have some batteries. Well, only one battery for now. Let's just place that on the slot. And then you can turn to the right. And actually we're going to go straight down because there is a secret here to get another achievement. Enter this room and you'll get the Memory Lane achievement. You can spend some time with Kissy Missy and then continue on our journey here. You want to look up at this hole and grab this bar, pull yourself up, and here we are. So we're gonna go to the next bedroom on the right here, and you'll find another battery. Yay! We're gonna go back over the way we came and jump down here. Turn left. And you can place the next battery there. And that will power this up. So press this button to power up that door there. And now we just need to get the other 50% of power going. So we can go upstairs. And then here we have another car we need to start. Okay, as you go over here, don't fall down the hole. And then we're gonna go right. And here is the next smiling critter we must listen to, Picky Pig. So make sure to listen to all of Picky Pig's dialogue to get credit for the Screaming Critters achievement.
Hi there, I'm Piggy. Let's eat. Roast beef? Delicious. Grilled chicken? Down the hatch. Seared elephant? Yum! Played unicorn? Mmm. Still hungry. Hey, what do you say you and I be friends? Hi there, I'm Piggy. Let's eat.
Okay, now we can go into the room left of Piggy and go straight towards this cabinet, because in here is the next tape. Oh, I grabbed it through the glass. So this tape is the Samuel Lee's Last Day. So let's go ahead and watch it. Okay, now you want to switch to the green hand because we're going to move some charges around here. And the way I'm going to do this is we're going to use this power source to power this receiver on the wall. But then before going through this door, we are going to grab one more charge from it. Because unlike in Chapter 2, you can get multiple charges from the same power source. I think it's probably a bug, but it's in the game. So we'll take advantage of it here. So you have to be fast here. So we'll grab one charge, put it there, then grab another charge, run in here, and run over in here. And then now you want to jump on top of these blocks, and we can connect to this next power source, and touch that. And then we go straight down, and don't turn left! Okay guys, there's an achievement that's super easy to mess up here, called Sneak Attack. So as soon as you enter this room, that bear is going to follow you around and track you. So if you enter the room, you cannot get the Sneak Attack achievement. So instead you want to go straight and around the left here. And the bear will not know you're there. Make sure you do not enter the room at all. Entering the room will break the achievement. So you can just use your Grabpack to grab the battery from over here. And bam! Sneak attack. Easy peasy. Alright, now we can enter the room. And we can go through the hole in the floor. Shablam. And then put this in the battery slot. Now for the other battery, if you look here, there's a power source on the wall. I wasn't able to do this with the same speed that I could on Steam, so I'm going to show my Steam gameplay right now on completing this puzzle in the fastest way possible. So on this power source on the wall, you want to collect a charge from it with your green hand, and then go out and left down the hall, take the first right and touch this receiver, and then you want to grab a charge from here and continue down the hall and put it into one of the receivers there. Quickly go back to the power source we just opened the door for and run over here to power up the next receiver. Now, don't worry if you weren't able to do it that fast. I'll put in my console gameplay now, where if you are too slow and the charge drops off so you can't pull from the same power source, just go back to the office and you can get a charge from the power source there. Okay, got it barely in time. That scared me. Yeah, as you can tell, I am not great with the controller, guys. The way I was moving there, I was just trying to... I'm sorry for the wackiness. But anyway, let's go ahead and power this up. And then you'll want to go down here. And then we're gonna enter this next room, but this next room has gas. So put on the mask. And then you have to use your Grabpack to open the vent. And we're gonna go left and left. And then open this. And then we're gonna just grab this battery and go back the way we came. Okay, and then I can take the gas mask off, and we can go to the room. Place that in there, press the button, And now we have 100% power in Home Sweet Home. So now this is open, and we can use our hand to open the final door. Okay, now let's go down here, and there's another achievement you can get here. If you hit yourself 5 times with the turret, you get an achievement. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit myself 5 times. There we go, stop hitting yourself. So that's another easy one. Now we want to aim the turret about there. And then we are going to take this pole and aim it there. And then we can go ahead and flip this. This will raise this gate. You can crouch under it for this next turret. I think it's about there. We're gonna grab this, aim it there, then grab this top one, aim it there. It's getting cut off by the gate for now, but that's okay. Next, we have to turn this turret off. And then you want to pull this down. And then we're going to turn this turret back on. And then we're going to turn this turret on. If I can grab it. And bam! Puzzle completed. Now we can crouch through here and be on our merry way. They love their little Steam jump scares, don't they? Now we can press this button to call the lift. Alright, and now we are back at the entrance. So we can go ahead and leave. Now for an exciting moment, guys. As soon as we exit, Poppy is going to talk to us. So be prepared to have a fun conversation. Alright, so now we're just gonna follow Poppy and Kissy Missy for a bit and get some additional details. So you can just get in with them. And then we'll go to the top. Now you can just chill in here because we can press the button from here. So press the button and the area will have electricity again. Yay! Then we'll go back down. Alright, when we get to the bottom, you can hop off the lift. But don't leave yet, because there's another achievement we can get here called Bye Kissy. So when they get to the top there, Kissy is gonna, like, look off the side and wave at us, and we need to touch her hand with our hand.
It seems the plan from here is pretty simple. We need to restore power to the gas production zone. First, go back to
there we
the
go.
Home
Bye,
Sweet Home
Kissy.
building you were just in.
And we
You
just
should
had to
be
touch her
able to find
hand.
a big
Okay, now we want to reroute Home Sweet Home's power. So you can just go up to the porch like Ollie said. And we'll grab it and bring it to the statue. And you can't use the other door, it's locked. We have to use the front door. And just put it in the Home Sweet Home one. And it will just click in.
Look at that!
And then Ollie's gonna give
Remember
us
that
another
generator
key
you
soon.
turned on inside of Home
Here it
Sweet
is.
Home? Well,
And
that
I'll wait
was
for
the
him to stop
backup
talking.
generator.
Okay, I already got the key. So you want to go to the school next, which is a very, very fun place, I assure you. And it'll just be to our left, right here. Now, one thing before I enter the school, guys, is that there is a game-breaking bug. I'm not sure if it's on console, but it's definitely on Steam, because I had this bug happen to me, where after Ollie gives you the Home Sweet Home key in your game saves, if you quit your game because you want to take a break or have lunch or something, and then you reopen the game, the key will be gone and your game will be soft-locked. And so you have no choice but to restart from the beginning because you don't get the chapter select until you beat the game. So my warning here is that if you need to quit the game soon and you just got the key for the school, go inside the school and wait until the next autosave before quitting your game. So you know the game is saving because it will say save in the top left corner. But yeah, make sure the game saves after you are in the school. That way you don't get soft locked and have to restart. With that said, I will enter the school. Alrighty, we're now in the school, so let's make our way forwards and around. And then we just want to go ahead and make our way to the first right classroom. And I'm going to wait for them to stop talking. Alright everyone, in this room, on the bench over here, is the first note. Collecting all of these notes will give you the Studious achievement, so you do want to make sure to get all 6 of them, but I will show you where each one is. So that's the first note. Now what you want to do is make your way to this door, and there's the receiver. So I'm going to go ahead and... well, first I'm going to see if I can change my sensitivity. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to grab this charge and put it there. And that will open up this first gate. In this next hallway, you want to make a left and enter this classroom. And sitting on the windowsill is the next note. So there you go. And then you want to grab this battery. Now we're going to go to this room over here with the white door. And we can put the first battery in. Now we have to continue forwards to get the next one. So you're going to go over here and crouch. And we'll see lovely Miss Delight. But don't worry, she's going to disappear. And you want to walk to this blue locker, because sitting down here is the next tape. Now you want to enter this room and go to the corner to get the next note on the bronze chair.
Yes!
There we go. Took a little bit of spamming interact, but I got it. So this is the third note. Then you want to look up, and there's a bar we can grab. And just go straight through this vent. We'll come to a drop down where we will find the next battery. And then we shall continue forwards through the vent to get out of there. Bam. So now I'm going to walk over here to get that charge. Touch that. Now when we enter this area, our flashlight is going to break. And then over here is the TV we can watch the tape on. Okay, now we will go over here, and Miss Delight will run in front of us, and you can't open the door until she's gone. But we'll just open the door, go right, and then enter this next room. And here is the next note. Note 4. I think I put it out of order because I used to have the tape there, so then it created an empty slot in my inventory. But yeah, that's note 4. Now we just pull ourselves up and jump down here and crawl through the vent. And we're just gonna go straight. You hear Miss Delight stomping around, but don't worry about it. And then drop down here. Okay, now we want to turn right, grab this shelf, and move it out of the way. And then we can open this door. And now we will want to use this power source to activate the receiver. And through this gate, around the side, and in this locker is the next note. They really don't like the interact button. I'll just use the Grabpack then. There's note 5. Now we want to open this door. And in this room, I have something to warn you about, because as soon as we complete the circuit here, Miss Delight's going to come out of that door and beat up this generator, and a battery will pop out that we need to steal. But there's something even more important here, and that is an achievement called Quick Learner, which is to complete the Miss Delight chase in 2 minutes or less. So, a very fun achievement that I'm going to show you how to get here. So first, let me tell you how Miss Delight works. She only moves when you're not looking at her, kind of like SCP-173, except she does not have the speed of SCP-173, and that is what is going to be our advantage here, is that we run pretty fast, so it will take her a while to catch up with us as long as you keep moving. As I said, she only moves when you're not looking at her, but also if you break line of sight. So say you're looking at her here, and then you break line of sight, even though there's a window there, she will move up to this doorway until she's in your line of sight, then she will stop moving again. So you won't be able to stall her by just looking in her general direction, because it only counts if she's in your direct line of sight. So now that you know how that works, I recommend watching this next part first before attempting yourself, because it's very fast paced and you have to move quickly and you have to move in the correct order here to survive. Now basically what's going to happen, shortly after Miss Delight activates, the gate over here will open, and it's kind of like a mad rush to the exit, but we need to use several power sources to open up gates that have closed behind us by putting a charge of power in the receiver. Once a gate has been opened, it will never close, so you don't have to worry about the 10-second timer depleting on you, because it will just stay open. Okay, once you're ready, it's time to complete this circuit. And we're gonna need our green hand throughout this, so make sure to carry the battery in your blue hand. And as soon as I do this, she's going to come out. So just stand back by the doorway so we can grab the battery and be on our merry way. I'm going to wait for the door to open a little. And then we're going. Place the battery in this first socket and take it out with the blue hand. The gate will remain open. Go left. And straight down and around the corner and look into the first classroom here. We want to grab a charge from that power source and then go down the hall around the next corner and put it in this receiver. Now we want to go right and into this next classroom on the left. And then go through to the other door, open it, and then go right. And that's the next power source. Touch it and then touch the receiver on the right, and then touch the power source again before leaving, because we're grabbing the charge from that power source and bringing it over here. Place it there, and then now we can go straight down and then turn right. There's a hole in the wall and we need to grab a power charge from here. Then we continue down the hall, place this charge there, and then go to this other hole in the wall and grab a charge from that power source and place it in this receiver, and then grab one more charge before going through the gate. Now we're going to quickly put the charge up there and then insert these 2 batteries. Now you just want to run as soon as the door opens. And don't look back, because this part she changes where she will move even if you're looking at her. And just pull. And bam. Easy peasy. And now we can collect the last note here to get the Studious Achievement. Studious Achievement. There we go. Alright, after that nightmare scenario, you want to go forwards, and you will load into the next area. Okay, here is Hoppy Hopscotch, so make sure to listen to all the dialogue for the Screaming Critters achievement.
Wanna try hopping to the moon with me? On 3 with me. 1, 2, 3! Heh, didn't get very far, did we? Again! 1, 2, 3! Nope, still didn't make it. Listen, this won't stop until we make it to the moon. 1, 2... No, don't look at your feet! None of that matters! Again! Jump! I'm Hoppy Hopscotch! Wanna try hopping to the moon with me?
Now we want to collect the Flare Hand. So the Flare Hand here is special because you can shoot out flares, but be warned, every shot does count as a Grabpack usage, so if you're going for self-restraint, you want to reduce how many flares you are using. But you can see here you have 5 flares total, and then if you shoot one, it will start recharging and go back to 5. So 5 is the max you can have, but don't worry, it recharges over time if you use a bunch of charges. Now let's go down the walkway a bit, and then we can get the battery. Go ahead, place it there. Continue forwards and to the right, and we have the next tape sitting right here on the floor. The Stuart and Rich tape. So go ahead and watch it on the TV here. Alright, now we can continue on our way by going on this walkway. And be very careful here, because if you drop into the abyss, you'll get sent back to checkpoint. So just do a run and a jump here. And then for this next platform, just look down to the right. That's where we're going. Okay, for this next set of jumps, we're gonna have to power this machine up, but it will only activate the platforms for 10 seconds, so you need to get to the top before time runs out. So let's go ahead and activate that. And the first area is straight up, then just follow the hands here to get to the next area. Then for this final one, we'll go sideways a bit. Okay. Had to do 2 tries there because I fell, but we got it. Now around here, we'll continue straight. And we want to drop into the right area. Okay, so grab this, and we want to aim it to the pole right there. And then let's arrange the turret to look at the hand icon. And then we're going to launch ourselves up. Then you want to grab this and turn it towards the pole down there. And then for this part, guys, you want to be careful because that gap is death. So we want to get a good running start here. But these things, you can get caught on these pole things. And there, we land safely. Now we want to aim this pole to the next and final pole. And then you can jump down here. Then for this final pole, we will aim it at the receiver. And now what you will want to do is you want to get on this lift before the hand touches the receiver. So I'm going to put that there, swing it, and then get on here. And bam, we got power to the lift. Alright. Now guys, there's an achievement we can get called Worship here. What you're going to want to do is as you go down the walkway, look to the left, lower left area, and you'll see Catnap worshipping the prototype. So you should get the achievement here. You may have to go up here. Oh, there it goes. Okay, it just takes it a bit. I was worried I messed it up for a second there, but no, you just have to stay here for a bit and eventually you'll get the Worship achievement. Right, now you want to go over here and drop safely onto these walkways, and Catnap will disappear. Perfect, and then we go right and all the way down. And now we're going to the creepy playhouse. Get your flare hand out because you'll need it for this next part. Okay, so we're gonna enter the playhouse now, which is super scary. And guys, there's gonna be smiling critters that if a single one of them touches you, it's game over. You want to scare them with the flare. We'll be met with one critter here. And you just shoot the flare at them to scare them away. Now, look to the right side and we have the next smiling critter that we need to listen to all the dialogue for.
Hi, I'm Bobby Bearhug. Want to know how much I love you? I love you to the moon and back. I'm crazy about you. I'm lost without you. I've been lost a long time. Please, take me with you this time. You won't leave me, will you? Hi, I'm Bobby Bearhug.
Some things I want to mention before we go into the playhouse here is it's a very dangerous place, okay? There's going to be a bunch of smiling critters. They all spawn out of holes in the wall, and whenever they spawn, they do make loud noises, so it will be clear when they are close. However, there will be a lot of them. The longer you're in the area, the more that spawn, and the only way to get rid of them is to scare them with the flare hand by shooting a flare near them or on them. When they make the little screech of fear, they will retreat. However, if you get overwhelmed, it's easy to get caught here. Something super important to note is that when you hear them growling, that means you are in their sights and they are about to charge you. So whenever you hear growling, know you might be attacked. Now the hardest part of this area is gonna be the playhouse area where we need to put the squares on the buttons. The reason for this is because this area has two levels, an upper level and a lower level. And the screaming critters can spawn on the upper level and then jump down right on top of you. Additionally, if you're on the upper level, the smiling critters can jump onto the upper level right in front of you. So you must be very careful whenever you're approaching this area I'm going to show now, because they can fall down on top of you and instantly get you, or they can jump up to you and instantly get you. The hardest part is going to be getting across from one button to the next because they can just fall from the top. So what I recommend doing is standing back in the hallway before you go back to the middle section. Look up and just try to clear them out. And once you see one spawn up top, just shoot up there to scare it away, and then you should be good to try and run to the other side. But again, just be super careful. They can easily get you from above, and I'm just going to show you some gameplay here of me doing this to give you a better idea on how to be careful. And then just know they also like to go around the corners really fast, so make sure to approach every corner slowly, clear it out of critters, and when they're retreating, you can walk past them, they won't attack you. Now for the 2 cubes, the leftmost cube has a hole right behind the platform where the button is, so you must be careful because the smiling critters can spawn right there. And then for the other cube, the critters will appear from the top left pipe area, so you want to make sure to be looking behind you as you position to put the cube down, and remember they can always come from the hallway that you just used as well. And one more super important thing to know is that when the smiling critters retreat, they can interact with the cubes and push them, which is kind of crazy to me, but they can do it. If it does happen to you where a cube is repositioned and you don't know until you're on the 2nd floor, I recommend trying to reposition the cube while you're on the top platform. However, sometimes it can be at an awkward angle where you can't fix it from the top platform, so then you will want to jump over the wall towards that cube, because jumping over the wall will allow you to get there quickly and safely. And when you make your way back, just be super careful. And I just want to showcase quickly here how you can avoid getting hit with a simple jump maneuver. Now it is also possible to skip the puzzle entirely here, so I'm going to show you how to do that now. You want to get to the top and then jump to the right side of the room. And we want to get this cube, and we're actually going to use it to jump off the wall. Make sure to check around because, like I said, the smiling critters can spawn in the blue pipe behind you. And now I just need to reposition the cube here to be in the hallway. And then you can jump up here and then jump on the cube and jump over the wall. And then you can just run straight to the next area. So that's the skip method you can use if you really want the Poppy's Angel achievement or self-restraint. Now I quickly want to mention the achievement Exterminator. It's to shoot every variant of the smiling critter. There are 8 total, so you will probably get this achievement naturally just by playing through the area. But just in case you're curious, the variants are unicorn, elephant, bunny, dog, bear, pig, chicken, and cat. If you're trying to get the Thrill Seeker achievement, you will need to die to every variant of smiling critter. Now, one last thing I want to mention is this is the hardest area if you're going for the self-restraint achievement. My best tips here are you can finish this area without using the flare hand a single time if you move quickly. The smiling critters do build up over time, so the faster you get through the area, the less of them that spawn and the better chance you have. Whenever you die, you get reset to checkpoint, and checkpoint means that your grab hand usage counts get reset to whatever they were at the checkpoint. So dying here is not a big deal. You know, you just keep trying until you don't die. And it is possible to get through this area with only 1 grab hand usage by using the cube skip strategy. But I will go over that in detail in my self-restraint guide specifically. I won't go over it here. With all that out of the way, let's get a tape that is hiding in the next room. It'll be inside this tent here. It is the Catnap check-in tape. So let's go back and watch this real quick. And by the way, this is the only hole that they do not respawn out of, but in the future, all holes they can respawn. Alright guys, so now for the scariest part in the game. This is the part that's probably one of the easiest areas to accidentally die to due to the smiling critters around. So, good luck. So we wanna go here. So just shoot them, and be careful because they can approach in front here. Sometimes they can jump at you, so just be ready for that. And then they'll try to cut you off at the ramp sometimes. Oh look, I already got Exterminator. So we're gonna go left and then take a right, but just be careful of any guys trying to cut you off here. And then just look out again for critters and go down this slide. And now we want to move fast. So I'm gonna go straight into the left first. And the most dangerous part here is that critters will come from the 2nd floor and try to fall on you. So you see, they'll like spawn up there and then they'll jump down on top of you. So that's what makes this part so dangerous. This box is not working with me here. Okay, there we go. And now, this part, be very careful, because again, they can rain down on you. They can jump from above onto you. And they like to hit these corners. And look out again around the corner. And then again, just look out for anything behind you. Okay, it sounds like one's trying to jump. Because you can see how they're all up there. So that area is like super dangerous because they can fall on you. And whenever you see them making noises like that, they're like trying to jump. The growling means jumping, so just be super careful. Okay, and then just be careful, look around the corners here. And then here you need to be careful because they can jump. Like you can hear them growling. And then just hit this button. Oh no, they knocked the... Sometimes they can knock the cubes out of the way when they go to hide in the hole, so be careful about that. That's probably the only thing that will kill you here, is them knocking the cube and then you can't touch the button. But yeah, when they retreat, sometimes they hit the cubes and it's annoying. Little guys shouldn't be able to move cubes, right? So now we just want to go straight here. We can go around. Alright, now before we proceed forward, guys, there's an achievement you must know about that we want to get here for finding Catnap's secret hideout. Let's go down here, and you'll get the Lion's Den achievement. And now we have to prepare ourselves for the Dogday Chase. Once you're ready, proceed forwards. So as soon as we approach Dogday, he'll do this little thing, and then he will get possessed and try to kill us. So just stand over here, the boards will break, and then you want to aim to run into that tube right there. Alright, come on. Okay, so we're running. You want to go left up here, and don't worry, the gate will open. Then you'll take a right at the end of this tunnel, and then take the first left, because the gate in front will close. Now you want to go straight up the ramps and enter the next tunnel. Screaming critters can come out of the middle intersection there, so be ready to shoot to defend yourself if needed. And at the end, you want to turn left, and then you want to turn right, getting stuck on everything, and go straight to the end, and then it will drop down. Then continue straight and take the middle slide. And then you want to get your purple hand out. And when we get into this next hallway, turn left, run straight, and then use the purple hand to launch yourself to safety. And then you're safe. And then up here we have the Dogday cardboard cutout, so make sure to listen to all the dialogue to get credit for the Smiling Critters achievement.
Dogday says, fetch! Go, go! As far as you can! Why are you just standing there? You can't be here. You can't stay.
Alright.
Dogday says,
With that done, you
fetch!
can now enter this slide. And Ollie's going to give us some more instructions here.
Ah,
Alright,
Talk
so
soon.
now we need to get the counselor's office key. So we can just go back under the statue. There's the key. And the counselor's office is that museum, old-timey looking building with the columns and everything. Okay, so in this building we're just gonna go ahead and you'll come right away to this tiny little office, but there's a battery hiding up here. So collect that, use it to power the door, but it's the only battery we have, so we must grab it and bring it with us to power the next door. And on the table here is the next tape, the emergency alert, so we can go ahead and watch that now. Okay, now we can go through this door. And we want to go to the right. We can get an achievement here called Predation for seeing Catnap attack this Bunzo doll. Bam, Predation. Now we can grab this battery and insert it here. Then look up, grab this, and then we go forward and drop down. And for this, you definitely want a running start to get across this gap. There we go. And now for this next part, what you'll want to do is see that there is a bar we can grab. And pull yourself up. Then use your movement key to drop down here. And then you're going to want to touch the power source, but keep the purple hand free, because this is going to raise the purple hand platform, which we need to get across. And I just made sure to wrap my arm around there because I need to make sure it stays around the pole. And then we're going to just run and jump across. Now you'll notice here, if you do this, well, we can't hit the receiver, right, because it's over there. So what you're going to want to do is break your connection. And then just use your arm to touch the receiver, get this connection going, and you do need to get a running jump because if you fall down, it's going to break your arm connection. So let's get a running jump here to get across, and then we shall pull ourselves up, drop down here, go around this pole, and then bam, complete the circuit. So then now you'll see that there's walkways that have risen up, so we can just casually jump across. And now we will enter the office. Alright, so what you want to do is we're going to go to this office over here. Still a graper. Touch this vent so we can get the key. But also on her desk is another tape. So let's go ahead and watch this bad boy. So next what we'll want to do is go back down the hall and open this door. And we can continue on our merry way. And here is Craftycorn, the last smiling critter. So when you listen to all her dialogue, you should get the achievement Screaming Critters.
Hi, I'm Craftycorn. Can you help me with my painting? Thanks. Now, can you give me some red? More red, please. Out? But we can't be out. You're hiding more red from me. I know you are. Give it here! Now that's much
There we
better.
go, screaming critters. So I got all the cardboard cutout dialogue. Easy peasy. And now we can make our way down the hall to the next area. So you want to aim yourself towards that metal beam sticking out and then grab this and pull yourself up. And then drop down and go in this vent. And we're just going to go straight. And you'll see that we have some more red smoke filling up the area here. So you want to put on the gas mask and then proceed. Then we have to interact with the vent to fall down. And so first thing you want to do is look down the hall and grab this battery. And we're gonna put it in here. And then let's get the green hand out. Because behind this thing is a power source. So now we can open these doors here. And I'm just going to check if you can open this with interact. If you're going for self-restraint, you want to open these actually manually. I'm definitely not getting the self-restraint achievement in this walkthrough because since I'm getting all the other achievements, I just use the Grabpack a lot more than necessary. But we want to quickly power up these 3 receivers. And there we go. We got everything powered here, so this door will open. And in this next area, you can go ahead and take the mask off. So you hear some beeping, that's just some batteries. Like up there, it's a battery in a glass container. But we can go ahead and break that. And then you want to pick up this battery and insert it in here to get the next battery. Oh. Now to bring it up, first deactivate the turret, of course. And that will bring the lift down. However, there's a gate there, so we actually need to go up there first. But I'm going to go ahead and put the battery in here. And I'm going to grab this one as well to put in here. And then what we're going to do is we need to power the purple hands. So we want to match that up. Okay, and that's already matched up. And that's already matched up. So don't grab those 2 poles then if you're going for the Grabpack achievement. Then we can just flip the lever here. And then switch to the purple hand. It'll take it a second for all of these to activate, but there it goes. I recently found a better way to do the platforms here, which is a bit easier, I think. So first you position on the first platform and then jump and use the purple hand, and that will get you on the second platform here. And then you just want to do a running sprint upwards and you will land safely over here. I found this out when doing my self-restraint recording. Here we are. Now we can pull this switch. Okay, we got the good battery. And then you just wanna, if we grab this and let it drop, it should break. Easy peasy. So we can put this in. And it's just to limit Grabpack usage here because other way to get up here is to activate the lift, which you don't really want to do right now. Now we need to move this guy to be on that receiver. And then we pull this. And it will open up. Easy peasy. Now we want to hop up on these filing cabinets. And get inside this vent. And put your gas mask on. Then we'll drop down. And just keep going straight and dropping down. Alright, now we want to go straight forward. And the battery we need is in here. So go ahead and go in here. Collect the battery. And leave like nothing happens. And now we're about to go on a nice little trip. There's no interaction at all during this sequence, so I'm just going to skip to the end. Alright, now that we're up, we can grab the battery and open this door, and we'll finally be able to leave. Okay, once we load up, we can go over here, and you want to get the power cable for the counselor's office.
Something's gone wrong.
Yep, so it's just on the stairs here. And we'll just go ahead and plug this in. Alright, so now we grab the key and go upstairs. And this is next to Home Sweet Home because remember, Poppy took us to that panel with the poppy flower on it. That's the panel we need to go to. So we open this up. And we grab this. I have no idea how Ollie was able to do that with a battery, but he has some kind of shrinking and re-enlarging technology. But just grab this battery and we're gonna go up over here. Then we go forward to the gas production zone. Alright, so now we want to move forwards here. And guys, before we approach this next area, be warned. When we go to put the blue battery in the battery slot, Catnap is going to pop out and chase us down and start filling the room with red smoke. Now, if he catches you, you get sent back to the checkpoint. So that's very bad if you're trying to get the Poppy's Angel achievement. So what you'll want to do is you want to run to this elevator ASAP, slam that button to get to safety. Now, there's another achievement I need to mention here called Can't Catch Me, which is to run around Catnap for 1 minute, and you must do it here. Now, it's pretty simple to do. However, I'm not going to do the achievement just yet because I don't want to risk dying on console when I'm unfamiliar with the controls. So I'm just going to replay the chapter and insert my recording here showing you guys how to kite Catnap for 1 minute. You simply just need to run in circles around the room as he chases you, and then once you get the achievement, you can go on the elevator. So we're just gonna run in circles here. So we just go around the side. And then we just run in circles. He will never know how to catch us. Doesn't know how to cut off. There we go. And then you just go in here and you're home free. With all of that said, it is now time to get chased. So let's go. Okay, here he goes. There's the creepy looking guy. And then we shall load into the next area. Now you want to go to the left here because that's the next tape. Come on. Huh? Oh, I instantly put the tape in! Okay, well, that's where you can watch it, guys. Now this next area is a boss room of sorts. It's gonna be the final encounter of the game where we face off with Catnap. Now when you approach the middle section, Poppy is gonna start explaining how the game works to you to give you an idea of how it works, but I want to give you my own explanation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna walk over here to trigger her. Now, the Catnap encounter won't start until you put a battery in the top left receiver here that connects to this main computer. Before explaining what to do, I will just quickly finish the tutorial here. Now I'm going to explain this fight, and I highly recommend watching me explain the fight and watch me defeat Catnap before trying yourself, just so you know exactly what to do. So this encounter will not start until you place a battery in the top left receiver next to the computer. So you have plenty of time to look around and familiarize yourself with the surroundings. I will explain how this encounter works and how to beat it without dying and get all your achievements. We will need to survive for 3 minutes, although it can be slightly longer depending on how fast you move. The reason for this is because the computer will have a progress bar slowly filling up. As it fills, it will occasionally throw an error saying you need to insert another battery. When this happens, another receiver slot will activate on this wall for you to insert the battery into. While the error is on the screen, the timer is paused and only resumes once you place the battery inside. You must survive Catnap until the computer has fully charged the power source above it. Now let's talk about Catnap and how to deal with him. I'm gonna explain a lot in this area here. The first thing we want to do is gather all the batteries to the computer. So I'm going to show you where they all are now. One's in the right side room here. One's on the left. And then one is over here. All this one does is power the lights, and so it's not really necessary, especially since the room is not that dark, and if it is dark for you, just turn up your brightness in the settings and it will be easy peasy. Now for the final battery, we want to make sure this is plugged in here, because this is our only power source that we can use to charge receivers in the room. As you can see, the one above the computer does not work because that's going to be the one we use to end the encounter. So I recommend having only the battery into the power source here, especially if you're going for the eco-friendly achievement, which I will explain more later. Now let's talk about the encounter. First off, you need to know your surroundings really well, as we will need to utilize these various receivers in this room to protect ourselves. So from the middle of the room where I'm standing right now, you have one hallway in the back left, one in the front left, one in the front right, and one in the back right. Catnap can approach from any of these hallways, and to get him to retreat, you must blast him with steam. But how do you do that? Well, you can release steam in the pipes by powering up the correct receiver, or by placing a battery in one of these batteries receivers. Now, there's only battery receivers for the back left and back right hallways. So I'll show you now. If I put that in there, the steam will continuously be on forever. And then if I take this one and put it here, the steam will be on forever. As long as the battery is in that slot, the steam will come out of the pipe. This can make the fight significantly easier, as you don't have to worry about those two hallways as you try to survive Catnap. At the same time, the fight will get harder later on because you must remove those batteries to power the computer. An important note here though is if you want the achievement eco-friendly, you must complete the encounter without using any batteries for the steam. But I'm going to show you guys how to do this the eco-friendly way because the battery way just makes it so much easier, so I figure it's better to make a guide on the hard strategy. Now remember that these batteries can only power the back left or back right hallways. The front hallways can only be powered by moving a charge to the correct receiver. So if you open up the right one here, you want to grab a charge. This receiver will power the front right hallway. And then this receiver will power the back right hallway, as you can see. Now one more thing about this gate on the receivers on the right side, this gate only stays open for a limited amount of time, so if you let go of it, that is something to keep in mind here, is that it will close. But if you grab the gate and just keep holding with the Grabpack, you will keep it open. So if you're worried about the gate closing on you, just hold it open and then you can go ahead and power the receivers like this. Now for the left side hallways, you will need to use your purple hand to launch yourself up on top of this shelf. So once you're on the shelf, you will want to get the green hand. And powering this left receiver will power the back left hallway. And then powering the rightmost receiver will power the front left hallway. So to familiarize yourself before the encounter, I recommend practicing going here and trying to touch the various receivers just to get the muscle memory down, so that way when you see Catnap, you know immediately where to go. The left side receivers are definitely the harder ones because you have to get the purple hand out and launch yourself on top of here and then do the charge. So this is definitely the more tricky side. Now I have created a map for you guys to help out even more, so feel free to use this map for reference. You can take a screenshot or pause the video here. I will also have this image on my website, NavalaGameGuides.com, for the part of my Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 walkthrough that goes over the Catnap encounter. It is very important to know where everything is because if you don't, you might panic, and then panic is never good. It can always lead to game over. So that is how you can blast Catnap with steam in any hallway. Now there is one more location Catnap can approach from, and that is the ceiling. If you ever see the ceiling start to open up, which it will be very obvious because bright yellow light will shine down and you will hear a blaring alarm, you will want to stop what you're doing immediately and grab the bar up here and then start pulling down immediately to close it. The catnap in the ceiling is always real, so if you see him attacking from the ceiling, then any catnaps in the hallway are all fake. So always prioritize closing the ceiling hatch above all else, because letting that open will 100% be death. Remember that there is only one catnap, so he cannot be in two places at once, although he can move pretty fast sometimes. As the encounter progresses, you will see and hear multiple catnaps because of the red gas. No matter how many catnaps you see, remember only one can be real. So to get rid of the hallucinations, you can just shoot flares at them as they come down the hallway. If it is an illusion, it will disappear, and if it is the real deal, he will not care about your flares. So then you will want to quickly activate the correct receiver to blast him with steam and make Catnap retreat. Illusions that make it to the room will just puff into smoke, so you don't have to worry about them. Now something else that will start to happen as the encounter progresses is that your screen will occasionally tilt sideways. This is to disorient you and throw off your aim, so just do your best to correct your aim with the off-center screen to hit those receivers. You can always rely on your Grabpack shooting towards the reticle on your screen, so even if you're sideways, just make sure to get that reticle pointing to where it needs to be. And a quick note about Catnap here. You may think because the Catnap figure looks all smoky and wispy and not real that it might be a hallucination, but that's a trick. The real Catnap can be all wispy too, so you don't know for sure until you shoot him with a flare. Now once the computer has powered the outlet above it, the power source will start sparking like crazy. You will want to place your green hand on it and then Catnap will pounce on you. But as he gets close to attack, shoot your green hand at him to win the encounter. And you should get the eco-friendly achievement for completing the encounter without using batteries if you did so. Now that you know how the fight works, I'm going to put this battery in to start the encounter. Alright, so now you just want to look. Just look to see where he's coming down from. Okay, so that's the real Catnap. So we need to quickly do this, and that will get rid of him. And these should all be fake because we just fried the real one. You just want to keep your eye out for which hallway he's approaching from. So that's fake. That's real. So I am prioritizing this first, and then put the battery in. That should be fake because we just fried the real one. Okay, that's the real one. Okay, that was the real one, actually. Okay, this is always real. Remember, the top is always real, so just pull that down. I'm just making sure, because I don't want to take any risk. We are no risk takers here. Okay. Pull that down, pull it down. Yeah, these should all be fake. Because Catnap just attacked from top. You know? That's fake. Never mind, it's not fake. So we want to aim for this one. Oh my. Yeah, that should be fake, because we just fried the real one. Okay. Okay, he's coming from the top, so just grab it and pull down. There we go. That should be fake. You should be fake, because he just came from the top, so there's no way he'd be that close, right? 20 seconds. But I'm not going to risk anything if he's close. There's got to be a real one somewhere. Okay, he's attacking from the top again. 3 times in a row. That's pretty lucky, I think. Yeah, that should be fake. Because he can't move that fast, right? Okay, now when that's charging up, touch it. And then we want to shoot our hand at him. And bam. Eco-friendly, baby. Now, question, do you guys think Catnap is okay? Or did he go night-night for forever? Comment below. Alright, so now we can go back downstairs. Alright, now we can go ahead and move forwards and actually put the blue battery in.
Wow!
I'm gonna wait for him to stop talking.
You must feel
Alright, we can put this in. Oh my goodness, battery. Alright, and then now we can press the button to activate power to the main console. And then we will restart it. Beautiful. So now we can go left to meet up with Poppy.
Good, you're here. And you've done it again.
Yep, I am an awesome person.
Just like I knew.
Show me the tape.
You came back because of your code. We called it the Avid.
And there we get Avid Listener for watching all the tapes.
It went on so long. So
Alright, once Poppy's done talking to you, we can go ahead and follow her onto the lift. We can just jump down to it. Okay, my recording software had an error, so I had to pause it real quick. Basically, you just jump in here with Poppy. Whoa, your head! I didn't know it could bend that way. But we'll just wait for Kissy Missy to activate the thing. And when we go to credits, we should get the achievement for no deaths.
We need to be calm.
There we get delving deeper, and Poppy's angel, no deaths. That's what I'm talking about. For the Grabpack achievement, you definitely will want to do that in a run where you're not trying to get other achievements, just because to get those other achievements we had to use the Grabpack so many times. But now let me go back and show you how to get the achievement Thrill Seeker. So let's do Miss Delight. Okay, it looks like we have to go through real quick, and then we'll let her do her thing. There we go. Okay, title screen. Let's do Smiling Critters. So the best thing to do is just respawn here, because you can really quickly just do like, there's the bunny, and just keep respawning here. Hopefully you get a different one each time. Okay, now we got the elephant. Oh, we already had you. Okay, I'm gonna go forward a bit then and see if we can get other ones here. We already had the elephant. Let's see. Okay, good. Unicorn. You're a new one. Good. Pig. Good. Chicken! Chicken! Okay, bear. I don't think we did bear yet. Yay, dog! Dogday, is that you? Yes, cat! Okay, now we just need to do Dogday real quick. Okay, time to get caught by Dogday. Okay, now I can go back to title screen and we want to do the Catnap Chase. Oh, looks like I have to plug in some stuff first. Alright, I'll just cut to it. Hey Catnap, how you doing? And there we have it, Thrill Seeker. Died at every jump scare. Alright, so with that, it only leaves you with 2 trophies left, but one of them is the trophy for getting all trophies, so it's just self-restraint. I'm going to do a separate video on self-restraint since that is such a complex achievement, but I will post here for you. These are the minimum hand usages you can use for each part of the game. So as long as you just keep track of your hand usages, you should be able to get self-restraint without issue. But again, I'll make that a separate video, and I also have a written guide on my website, NavalaGameGuides.com. And that's my Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 walkthrough, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and it helped you out. If you have any questions, comment below or check out my website, NavalaGameGuides.com, which has additional information. Thank you very much for watching, and God bless you.